This is the Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. that houses the IMF and the World Bank. If you're a regular attendee of the annual meetings or even the spring meetings, you would know that it is still not business as usual, as the pandemic has forced the events to be held virtually. However, the difference this time is that it is hybrid, as some member countries like Nigeria have been invited for in-person meetings. The Minister of Finance and the Central Bank Governor will be leading the Nigerian delegation. All seem set to welcome the delegates that will be attending this year's annual meeting in person. Security operatives are positioned at various strategic points to maintain law and order. The statutory meetings are majorly held behind closed doors, with governors of central banks and finance ministers of member countries in attendance. It is basically to discuss the world economic outlook, growth issues, inflation, exchange rate, and financial system stability issues in different countries. One of the major highlights is the forecast for the world's economy, which has been downgraded to 5.9% from July forecast of 6%, as global recovery continues but momentum weakens.
One of the major risks remains that there could be new variants of the virus that could further slow back the recovery. We're seeing major supply disruptions around the world that are also feeding inflationary pressures, which are quite high. And financial risk-taking also is increasing, which poses an additional risk to the outlook.
The IMF calls for more actions by the global community.
The foremost priority is to vaccinate the world. Much greater multilateral action is needed to vaccinate at least 40% of the population in every country by the end of this year and 70% by the middle of next year. We also need much greater action to address climate change. Individual countries will need to tailor their fiscal and monetary policy to the country's specific conditions, to the health conditions in their country, to their economic conditions, while also maintaining the credibility of their fiscal and monetary frameworks.
Sub-Saharan Africa is projected to grow by 3.7% in 2021 and 3.8% in 2022, while Nigeria is expected to grow by 2.6% in 2021 and 2.7% in 2022. From Washington, D.C., Chimezie Obi Iwago reporting for Channels Television News.